first look at Cameron Pratt-Thompson, driver number 33 in Mini X30 for the Pullman Racing Programme. Cameron starting sixth on the grid for this one. Now, a couple of, I know the feature during the lunch break there is Team Luna, the racing cat, Macaulay Bishop. I'm hoping that Luna the cat has found a nice cool part of the Bishop's motorhome to chill out in.
The fridge, maybe.
The fridge, maybe, yes. And there's Macaulay's dad, Ian. Again, great to hear why Macaulay chooses the number 68, because that's the year that his dad was born. Please explain the seeded numbers. Well, we've just done that, Jan Echterman, but the key is if you, like Ryan Ashberg, running with number 7, he finished 7th in last year's Mini X30 Championship. You're not allowed to take your seeded number to a different class with you, so like Macaulay Bishop, who was last year's IAME Cadet Champion, he cannot take that number 1 plate with him into Mini X30. He's got to revert back to his usual number 68. And it's interesting, he said there that his brother, Mason, he runs number 85, because that's the year his mum was born.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Ryland runs number 7, because that's where he finished in last year's British Championship. There is your second row starter, Henry Jocelyn, kart number 26. And there, number 2, Fusion Motorsports, Leo Robinson. Leo, a perfect score in the championship so far. He was perfect score at Shenington. So far, it's a perfect score here. Now, this, they've got 8 rounds in X30. So this will be round 2 out of 8. At the moment, Robinson is undefeated. Big hello to Massi Bougache, my Algerian friend here, watching the. Hopefully, we'll be seeing some Algerian drivers at the Rotax International Trophy and also the Rotax Grand Finals at the end of the year in Bahrain. So good to see that the Algerian Motorsport Federation. I got to say, the head of the Algerian Karting Federation, Amin Laibi, an ex-karter, absolute lunatic, great guy. Did some hill climbing in a kart.
Right.
Yes. Fell off the hill. In a kart.
Right.
His leg. In several different directions. Managed to fix his leg. Got back in a kart. Drove again.
Excellent.
Madman.
I know.
Now head of the Algerian Karting Federation.
There we go.
Genius.
What a legend.
Excellent. There's Leo. No, that's not Leo. That's Wesley Swain. Number 8. His teammates for the Fusion Motorsport team. Now we wait. So. Macaulay Bishop getting some love there from, Hoop, saying good morning, Bishop. Young basketball star there, wishing Macaulay well. There is the ID. Now, look at the Unipro on the steering wheel. So people that are new to karting, the drivers aren't just driving round, they're looking at the revs, they're looking at their engine temperature, they're looking at their split times on that screen during the race and, making adjustments accordingly. Cool. There's the number 12 kart. Looking at there, that's Charlie Morrison-Jones for the Jade Federation. There's Brandon Truman, number 55 for the MLC Motorsport team. Now, you can see, it said on the temperature graphic, 25 degrees. So that's 25 degree ambient temperature. The tarmac and the racing surface is obviously much hotter. These drivers are like literally, 6 inches off the ground. Now, these crash helmets, they're very expensive, and quite rightly so. But they're not air-cooled. They're not sort of, they haven't got, like, refrigerators in them. Now, there's a temperature gauge. There's the lap time, the delta time on that screen that the drivers are looking at. They're fascinating to use it. But let's have a full look, Anthony, at the starting lineup.
Indeed, there it is on your screen. Mini X30 Race 24 final, and this is how it will go. Leo Robbins starting on that front row alongside with Wesley Swain, Henry Jocelyn, and Taylor Aldridge. Orridge, sorry. There we go. Getting the names. Crop promotion, Taylor Orridge there on the second row as well. Macaulay Bishop and Cameron Pratt-Thompson as well alongside on row 3. Rylan Eshberg and Charlie Morris-Jones on the fourth row. Jack Hobson, Isaac Phelps, Tommy Harfield, and Brandon Truman on row number 6. The rest of the field, Jack Cunningham and Aidan Hassan on row number 7. Eden Spanswick and Lewis Bird on row number 8. Row number 9, Ashton Wiggins and Thomas Cucurullo on row number 9. Miles Turnbull and Freddie Lloyd on row number 10. Thomas Behrman and Joey Brown rounding out the grid of 22 karts on row number 11.
Well, you've got drivers, people watching from all over the world, including our good friend Alejandro Oliveira from Brazil. But the best of British are not starting just yet. We've got a false start. Well, a false start.
There we go. Eager to get going, aren't
Yep,
they?
eager beavers. And through the Stowe corner. So turn 1 here at Kimbolton. That's Stowe corner. You know, now we're coming out of the Willows. You're looking at the Yamitsu Straight. And now into Derek's corner. There's Derek's corner. God bless Derek. Good lad he was. Now Dan Weldon corner. So Dan Weldon, of course, the late Dan Weldon, nearly 10 years. Hard to believe that he has been gone now. But it wasn't just Dan Weldon that made his name here at Kimbolton. His mum Sue, his late mum Sue, was the lap scorer here at the Hunts Kart Club at Kimbolton for many, many years. And the Weldon family, they're tied here at Kimbolton, and a corner named after them. This is Kimbolton corner. No, you don't want to dive up the inside. The circuit falls away. Now out onto the Hines Straight. Here we go. Lights are out. We're off and racing this time in Mini X30. Leo Robinson and Wesley Swain lead the field into turn number 1. Swain runs a little bit wide, and I think he's been forced to squeeze wide, and Henry Jocelyn comes through. And for the first time virtually all weekend, we've got a driver. Oh, there's Charlie Morrison-Jones and 3 or 4 karts going for a spin there. One driver reversing. That's the number 35 kart of Isaac Phelps. So both members of the Jade Racing stable there coming a cropper on the opening lap. But Henry Jocelyn leads for the first time.
Indeed, they do, yeah. Dramatic start then at the start of this Mini X30 final with several karts going askew, as you say, and the rest of the field will finish this first lap. They'll cross the line. Leo Robinson leading the way from, who is it? Macaulay Bishop up 3 positions. Great start for him. Henry Jocelyn as well, holding on to that 3rd place start as well for Coles Racing. And they cross the line as well, and the rest of the field slot through. But who did we lose from that one? It looks like we lost Thomas Cucurullo, Lewis Bird, Isaac Phelps and Charles Morris-Jones. Is who we lost.
I mean, there are several drivers caught up in that. Cucurullo Yeomans and Lewis Bird have both sort of returned to the race. But there's Charlie Morrison-Jones. The number 12 Jade Racing team entry has come into the pit, decided to retire. Isaac Phelps, his teammate, we saw him going backwards for quite a distance. He has there, and there's a problem. Why has the number 26 kart of Henry Jocelyn slowed down? And the answer is, has he got a problem? But Macaulay Bishop now leads the race.
Yep, that was what I was pointing at. Yeah, Macaulay Bishop got the lead, but now Leo Robinson back down the inside, and there's a 3rd one for company. Wesley Swain has come out of nowhere and has now taken 2nd place away from Macaulay Bishop. So massive changes at the front of this grid, and as well, you've got the 26 behind of Henry Jocelyn for Coles Racing again, still right there, right on the tail of Macaulay Bishop. A warning flag out to Orridge there as well, but eyes on this front pack at the moment because Etchberg is all over the back of Jack Hobson as well.
And so Bishop back to 3rd. Robinson leads. Swain 2nd. Bishop, then Jocelyn, Hobson, Eschberg. So the top 4, 4 of the last year's top 8 in this championship, running in the top 6 at the minute. There's the number 10 seed of Lewis Bird going through, trying to catch up in 20th position. Leo Robinson, 44.19 seconds. New fastest lap. The number 17 kart there, Freddie Lloyd, the Dan Holland Racing entry. Said earlier that his older brother Alex, during his karting career, was a former European champion. I think his mum says he's vice champion of Europe, but he was a World X30 Series champion. Still very good racing pedigree indeed.
Much better than my racing pedigree. I don't have any.
Yes, well, there we are. And mine, mine was...
We don't need to talk about that.
No.
There we go. At the front, though.
The only pedigree I got is pedigree chum. Here we go. Robinson and Swain now trying to pull away from Bishop. The 2 Fusion drivers are going to work together as much as they can. And out of Dan Weldon corner. Bishop, that plain white crash helmet, is checking over his shoulder as 3rd. Jocelyn is 4th. They're pulling away from Hobson and Eschberg 5th and 6th. Orridge is 7th. Harfield is 8th. Jack Cunningham is 9th. Brandon Truman is 10th. And it's Pratt Thompson, Hassan, Spanswick, Wiggins, Joey Brown, Behrman, Turnbull, Cucurullo Yeomans, Bird, Phelps and Freddie Lloyd. So, mentioned Thomas Behrman, his older brother Oliver, racing out in Hockenheim this weekend in the Formula 4 Championship out there and winning his first race yesterday. Grandad Bill is here overseeing the karting part of the Behrman family dynasty this weekend, and the watchful eye of Grandad Bill.
Well, you see there the number 8 now in the lead. Wesley Swain has managed to get past Leo Robinson at one point of the circuit. So new race leader at the moment. But we'll have to see whether or not that stays the same throughout the session, of course, because the two teammates probably working together, just trying to pull away as much as possible.
Here we go, but Bishop isn't letting it. Bishop isn't letting it. There goes Eschberg making a move on Hobson into turn 1 for 5th position. So Ryan Eschberg, constantly the top privateer, pretty much over the last season or so in this class. And there's your two leaders with Wesley Swain.
Now, Wesley Swain, he's showing good pace, is Wesley Swain. Where did he come at Shennington again?
Second.
Second. So,
second at Shennington.
So second at Shennington.
Jack Hobson completes the podium at Shennington.
Yes.
Now, of course, we do have a virtual championship standings which we can call upon. Shall we call upon them, Anthony?
We can indeed.
Should we call upon them? As Thomas Cucurullo Yeomans gets a warning flag, let's see if we can call upon them onto your screens now. Oh, and you can see that Robinson has got a comfortable lead, 22 points at the moment over Swain. Bishop, 3rd at the minute. Now, of course, Macaulay Bishop, he's dropped a position in the championship because he did that poor result in the pre-final. But, so Robinson, again, he doesn't want to lose too much ground. But again, in terms of the championship, at the moment, even running in second place, he leads Wesley Swain by over 20 points. Early stages, I know, but points make prizes. And, so Robinson is very mindful of that. He was sadly on the receiving end of a championship whooping last year by Vinnie Phillips, and he wants to lay the smackdown on the rest of the Mini X30 field this year. But Swain not letting him have it all his own way, 43.73 seconds.
Yep, great running. Yeah, great running from Wesley Swain at the moment. So pulling along the two Fusion drivers, though. Macaulay Bishop there just behind. Pullman Racing driver working well, up 2 positions from his original starting spot in 5th place. Holding on to that one at the moment and not letting them break away. Keeping them sweet all the way throughout. Yep. That's what we like to see. So
further back in the pack, we've got, a couple of gaps. There's Thomas Behrman, Ollie Behrman's younger brother. He is up into 14th position now. Good scrap here between early race leader Henry Jocelyn and Rylan Eschberg. Eschberg in that number 7 car. It's a Mad Croc chassis, but it's a privateer. There's Cameron Pratt Thompson making a move at the inside of the number 19 car of Jack Cunningham. And there is Eschberg, who is now ahead of he's ahead of the driver we just passed.
Well, there you go.
There we are.
There you go.
I lost mid-train of thought then. My one brain cell hit the other brain cell and caused a bit of a shortage.
Yes. Well, 7.5 minutes to go, plus that one lap. You are watching on your screens the 66 of Taylor Orridge and Jack Hobson, the number 6, just behind him. Very close battle for 7th place. What have you spotted there? You had a hand gesture.
I'm saying the reason I was sort of Leo Robinson is a man of many talents.
Yeah.
Not only can he race and can he run second on the track at the moment, but he can also type as he's racing.
Well, yeah.
Because he's in our live chat at the moment saying, thank you, happy to be here with the fabulous support of my mechanics and etc. etc. Methinks he's having a little bit of help on the old computer.
Yes.
But there we go. That's one way to engage with your fans.
Yeah.
By posting in a live chat while you're racing.
Yeah, exactly. Good teamwork, that is. Eyes on, though, as the number 7 of Rylan Eschberg holds on to 4th place. Just behind him is Henry Jocelyn in the number 26 Coles Racing kart. And you can just see there the long train starting to form. The 66 there, Taylor Orridge, Jack Hobson and Tommy Harfield there. A trio working together, and I would say that they're in a prime position right now because they've got a bit of clear air behind them, they've got a bit of clear air in front of them, they're just working together. They don't necessarily need to catch those two up in front because, well, I say that as soon as I said you were working together. Drivers, I said you were working together. You've gone against my word and you've overtaken.
You're not listening.
They're not listening.
They're not listening.
How dare they?
Back at the front. Here we go, back to the front. Now, Macaulay Bishop, the pressure is on Macaulay here in car number 68. Still, Swain leads. Robinson still sat on his rear bumper in second position. Bishop has got to try and just stay in touch. Now, he's about 10 kart lengths behind the top two. Onto this straight, he's not quite in the slipstream, although by the end of the straight and by the end of the start-finish straight, he is picking up a little bit of slipstream, which is what he needs. You know, at some point, Robinson is going to try and make a move on his teammates, as sure as eggs are eggs. As Robinson has now made a move, so Robinson back into top spot. Passing Swain. And still, Bishop through the willows. Goes right, then left, then right. And then left again out onto the Imitsu straight. There's the Imitsu straight. They're well clear of Eschberg and Jocelyn, 4th and 5th. Then another gap back to the 6th, 7th and 8th place battle. Orridge, Harfield and Hobson. Then another gap back to Aidan Hassan in 9th. He's got Pratt Thompson in 10th, Wiggins in 11th, Truman 12th, Behrman 13th, then Joey Brown, Jack Cunningham, Cucurullo Yeomans, Bird, Spanswick, Phelps, Turnbull and Lloyd. 21 of the 22 starters still running. Sadly, the only retiree is Charlie Morrison's Jones. Now they're trying to. Now that the viewers are getting it, working like a Tour de France peloton.
Yeah,
you listen to Henry. Sometimes Henry makes sense.
Only sometimes.
Occasionally.
Be careful now.
Once in a while.
Exactly.
Robinson 43.71. New fastest lap.
And back in the lead, of course. Yes, managed to get past Wesley Swain. So they've the two Fusion drivers have swapped positions. Is that a loose exhaust I'm just hearing?
I thought I heard the ping of a loose exhaust going past. We'll try again. I think it may have been the number 66 of Taylor Orridge. And if that's the case, that's the driver that's in 6th position. So here are the two leaders. They're now pulling away from Macaulay Bishop. So Robinson leading is quicker than Swain leading. Oh, there goes. Oh, and it's yes.
Yeah, that's very much.
The exhaust is hanging off, and Orridge is into the pits. Sadly, Taylor Orridge for the Magcroc team out of the race.
Disaster then for Taylor. Huge shame, especially in the finals. It's not what you want to see. But 3.5 minutes to go, and there is that's very much.
Now he wants to be. Doesn't want to sit back in his seat because that exhaust is red hot. You can see his mechanic sort of kneeling down, and that's not going to work. But of course, yeah, those exhausts are absolutely red hot. Now there's the number 64 car. That's Aidan Hassan. He is now the leading Croc Promotions driver in 7th position. He's holding off Cameron Pratt Thompson in the number 33 and Ashton Wiggins in the Red Waft Racing number 57. Out of Stowe Corner into the Willows. It was strange. So Robinson was happy to sit behind Swain, but while Swain was leading, Macaulay Bishop was able to stay within about a second of them. As soon as Robinson took the lead, the pace upped. Robinson was able to put a fastest lap in the race. Swain was able to stay in his slipstream and go with him, but Macaulay Bishop got absolutely dropped.
And signals there from the 57 of Ashton Wiggins, just saying, come on, just keep going. I'm not going to overtake you. We just want to catch up. We just want to close these gaps up as best as possible because we're nearing the end of this race with only 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go, plus that one additional lap. There are battles all the way through, but
Wiggins
went for the move anyway. So now he's saying, look, okay, you weren't doing what I told you when I was behind you. Now do what you told when I'm in front of you.
Follow me.
Follow me.
Yep.
Let's
and
go.
He's
there we go.
Still signalling. Go on, Ashton. You know, make your point.
Yes.
Cameron Pratt Thompson. Well, we'll see what Cameron's reaction is going to be. I mean, maybe 2 minutes to go. Well, it all depends. If Wiggins in the number 57 kart starts closing in on that number 64 kart of Aidan Hassan in front of him, then Cameron Pratt Thompson will go with him. If after a lap or so Wiggins is making no impression on Aidan Hassan in the number 64, then Pratt Thompson will be coming straight back at him and, you know, battling away.
Yes, that's very well put.
Oh, there we are. Well, let's have a look. Obviously, Pratt Thompson not impressed by Wiggins' pace in front of him, so he's thinking, "No, I'm gonna have that back."
And all the meanwhile, they will slow all the way down. They'll lose time, and they'll keep falling back with that squabbling.
And that driver on your screen there will be taking full advantage of it because Aidan Hassan is now breaking away. And Wiggins and Pratt Thompson, they've got to be careful because Brandon Truman in 10th, Thomas Behrman in 11th, and Tommy Harfield in 12th aren't far behind them either. But here is the lead battle once again. And with a minute to go, Wesley Swain is now back in the lead. So Swain leads in the number 8 kart, Robinson back to second. They've dropped, that mid-race burst of speed has dropped Macaulay Bishop. You see Bishop all on his own in 3rd place in kart number 68. And Bishop, he just cannot, he's lapping, his best lap is within 1/10 of a second of the 2 Fusion karts that lead this race, but it's just not quick enough. Now Fusion, they have won 14 finals in this class in the last 2 years. Robinson is the only driver in this race who's won a Mini X30 final. He could be moving alongside Theo McCurris and Jessica Edgar with his second Mini X30 win in just a few short moments. But where's Swain? Is not done yet. So Robinson back in the lead, Swain down to second. Now, out of Derricks, into Dan Weldon corner. The clock has struck 0. Next time around, they'll get the last lap board. Anthony Jordan, final thoughts before you dash off to interview the eventual winner. We don't know who it's going to be, though.
We don't know who it's going to be, exactly that, because these two are absolutely nose to tail as they exit out of the final corner. They'll cross the start-finish line. Last lap board out this time, and again, big looks over the shoulder for Leo Robinson as he's under immense pressure now from Wesley Swain.
Out of Stowe corner, into the Willows for the final time. Swain on Robinson's rear bumper. They come up the Imitsu straight. Now under braking for Derrick's corner. Robinson defends. Swain's going to get a good run through this next complex, but there's nowhere to overtake yet. His next opportunity will come at the end of the TKM straight. They're on the TKM straight now. Robinson checks over his shoulder, defends the inside line, then swings out wide to take the Optimum Racing line into the penultimate corner. Here comes Swain, looks to the inside, but he can't do it. And Leo Robinson makes it 2 out of 2 in 2021. He wins the Mini X30 final here at Kimbolton. Wesley Swain takes second, and Macaulay Bishop takes home 3rd position, his first Mini X30 podium. It's a repeat of the 1-2 that we saw at Shennington last time out, with Bishop climbing onto the podium in 3rd place. Henry Jocelyn finishes in 4th. Rylan Eschberg comes home in 5th. Aidan Hassan finishes in 6th position, just ahead of Jack Hobson in 7th. Ashton Wiggins in 8th. Thomas Behrman in 9th. And Cameron Pratt Thompson fades to 10th there at the end, ahead of Harfield, Truman, Kookaburra Yeomans, Bird, Cunningham, Spanswick, Phelps, Turnbull, Brown, Lloyd, and sadly we lost Orridge and Morrison Jones. There is a look into the scrutiny area so that the karts go over the weighbridge, so the driver and the kart will be weighed to make sure that they have met the minimum class weight. You can see scrutineer's side there, Ben Moore in the white shirt, Motorsport UK scrutineer. Out into the sunshine, you've got Paul Klassen there, walking off to the left of the camera. There's our media team member Matt Cotton, just to the left, and in front of the 1-2-3, Leo Robinson, Wesley Swain, and coming into the screen, well, I wonder what Luna the Cat thought of Macaulay Bishop's first podium in Mini X30. Anthony Jordan will be joining the top 3 in a short while. But there is a look at the heat haze on the start-finish line here at Kimbolton. Our first final of the day is in the books, a 15th win in Mini X30 for the Fusion Motorsport team, the first podium in Mini X30 for the Paul Munn Racing team. Leo Robinson now moves to joint 3rd in the Mini X30 list of winners alongside Theo McCurris and Jessica Edgar, but he is now joined down on the grid by Anthony Jordan.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, down in the winners' paddock, and Leo Robinson, we meet again. Shennington was a race win. Kimbolton, another race win. It must be a great feeling. 2021 is looking very good so far.
Yeah, it's nice to win both of the rounds. Hopefully we can keep this going for the rest of the championship and win the championship.
Now, you had a tough battle all the way through with Wesley. It was keeping you honest. You had overtakes all the way throughout there, and was it a bit of teamwork together to try and pull away from the main pack, or was it all a scrap all the way throughout?
Yeah, we tried to pull away in the middle bit. We managed to do that successfully. Then towards the end, we started to fight a bit.
Brilliant. And of course, you had lots of support on the stream as well. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans at home?
Yes, thank you all of the Algerians for watching, giving me support, and I'd like to thank my mum for taking me here, and my mechanic Sam for mechanicking for me, and everybody at Fusion for the hard work they've done.
Brilliant, and a lot of work hard has been as well. Hard work has been. Very well done, Leah Robinson.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, great chat to Leah Robinson, our race winner. Let's talk to our second place man, Wesley Swain. Wesley, it was a second at Shellington, a second here at Kimbolton. A good start to the season, very consistent, which is what we like to see. But it's going to be a tough one again. Working very hard with Leo there all the way through that race, weren't we?
Yeah, I think when we just got away, like towards the end, we just started to like scrap a little bit, and yeah, I'm happy with second. It's good points.
Yeah, very good points as well. Now, it's very hot today. Can't imagine what it's like sitting in that car with the engine right next to you when you're waiting on the W grid. I suspect it gets quite warm, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like as soon as you get your suit on, it's just like boiling hot, and yeah.
Lots of water, I think. Lots of hydration is what you need. But again, lots of support at home. Anything you'd like to say to the fans?
I'd just like to say thank you to my team and my parents for just like supporting me and like just giving me the equipment to do good.
Excellent stuff. Well done. Another second place. Well done.
Thank you.
Spot on. I think we've got a brief bit of time before the next session goes out. Macaulay, tough race on that one. I'll try not to touch anything that's metal because my legs are out and I don't want to get burnt. But yeah, what a race that was. Hard work all the way throughout, it looked.
Yeah, I just tried my hardest. I made a little mistake in the chicane, which made me drop off. It just went off a lot at the end, but I just couldn't really do anything. I had to hang in there.
I mean, great result for that one. The kart looking amazing and quick as anything out there. And yeah, it's a great start to the season, and we do hope you all the best.
Yeah, it's been a challenging start to the season. We've obviously we've got better power now, so it's moving us more up to the front.
No, excellent. Anything you'd like to say to the fans at home?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mum and dad, Grice, Gossie and Paul Munn.
Excellent. Very well done. Macaulay Bishop, third place then in the Mini X30 final. Next up, though, it's time for Junior TKM.
So now we get to the podium presentation for Mini X30 here at Kimbolton. Another really exciting final. Finishing as the top rookie in 7th position, it's Ashton Wiggins. That's right, you can take your trophy in your hat, stand there. Well done. Sorry.
Try not to kill me.
I know, I'll do my best. Now on to the leading privateer. Once again, a fantastic result. A top 5 finish this time in 5th position for Rylan Eschberg. Top 3 time now, and finishing in 3rd place. It's his first Mini X30 podium. The only driver here being cheered on by his cat. It's Macaulay Bishop. Oh, Macaulay. Top two now, and these two drivers, they swapped the lead countless times during the final, but eventually only one could come out on top. So finishing second, just 0.2 of a second behind his teammate for Fusion Motorsport, it's Wesley Swain. But for the second time in 2021, the winner of Mini X30 Round 2 of the Wera Tools British Kart Championship for Fusion Motorsport, and his winning mechanic, I'll get it right this time, Sam Fugit, it's Leo Robinson. Now put your medal on, Sam. Come on. There we go. Oh. I'm sweating cobblers, yeah? Yeah. Congratulations, there is your Mini X30 podium, everybody.